Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we are going to uncrate the Cortech Adrenaline GP. What's up, Speed Addicts fam? Before we jump in and tell you all about the flagship glove from Cortech, do us a favor, subscribe to that Speed Addicts channel. Come on, do it. It only takes a second. It's gonna help you out. We're gonna work hard to educate you over here. That's our part of the deal. All you have to do is subscribe. You're gonna be up to date on all the latest parts and gear coming into the industry. Give us a shot and subscribe and you won't miss out. Also, if you'd like to support us here at Speed Addicts, you can do so by simply shopping with us. There's a link in the description below. That'll get you right over to the Cortech Adrenaline GP Gauntlet while you're over at Speed Addicts. Feel free to shop for any other parts or gear you might need for your next two-wheel adventure. Okay, so Cortech, if you're not familiar with them, they've been around for a number of years, since 1999. They're actually owned by one of the industry's largest distributors, which means they're not some sort of fly-by-night company. That said, they do offer big value. So typically you can expect to spend maybe 30%, 40%, maybe even half as much on Cortech gear as opposed to some of those Italian manufacturers. You know who I'm talking about. When it comes to top-end gauntlets, in fact, you can easily spend $400 or $500 on something from one of those Italian brands. No, it's usually not made in Italy anyways. And so we can save a lot of money here. These are really high-end gauntlets. They've got a lot of the same features that those other guys might have, but they're only going to cost you $199. And like I said, Cortech's been around the block. They know what they're doing. And they're going to back this up for 2 years, which is pretty excellent. So let's talk about the colors. There's lots of different colorways available here. We have this black and racing red. It's kind of that racing orangey red color in the studio today. You will see sizes small through to extra large available in the Adrenaline GP. Now, how you find out your Cortech size is you're going to measure the thickest part of your palm. I'm 4 inches. I'm wearing the size large, and they fit very well, just like most Cortech gloves do. They go true to size, go by the sizing chart, and you shouldn't have any issues. Now, a note on fit real quick. When it comes to a gauntlet like this that's both bovine and goat hide on the palm, you want to get it a little snug out of the box and allow for 5 to 10% worth of break-in on a glove like this. It will break in after you sweat in it. It's going to form to your hand. Don't get it too roomy, because then once it breaks in, it's going to get sloppy. It's going to bunch in the palm. You're not going to be stoked. So a little bit on the snug side is good. Now, if you have any issues with your fit, hopefully you shopped at Speed Addicts, because we're going to cover you with no-cost returns. I'm not going to nickel and dime you like those other guys. Free return label is all of yours. You can get a different size. You can get a different colorway. And it's not going to cost you anything. It's pretty cool, right? No cost returns at Speed Addicts is available if you live in the lower 48 states. Just make sure the gear is brand new in the original condition, and we're going to treat you like family. Okay, back to the glove. So there's a lot to talk about here. A lot of different materials, a lot of features. Bovine leather across the entire back of this chassis. Now, bovine leather is the best when it comes to abrasion resistance. There's just no way about it. It tends to be a bit stiffer though. So a lot of kind of lower level gloves or stuff that's okay for the street, they'll use goat hide around the entire glove, the back and the palm, and it's just not going to give you that same level of protection. The GP glove, of course, is most at home on the track. You can use it on the street for aggressive street riding, but it's designed for the track, and thus you are getting the bovine leather on the back. And then for that more tactile feel, you're going to finish it off with that goat hide palm, which is going to be a little bit thinner. It's going to give you a little bit more of that feel. Back to the back of the GP, or the Adrenaline GP glove. The first material you're going to notice here is going to be these little beaded inserts. That is Superfabric. Superfabric is a third-party manufacturer that makes this really cool material. It's this textile material that is impregnated with these little bumps. They're either resin or ceramic, and what they do is they promote sliding. So it's abrasion resistance as well as for the promotion of sliding, and as we all know, it's best to slide and not stick if you come off your machine on the tarmac there. So across the top of the fingers, there's more Superfabric on this glove. We'll show you in a minute. As we move up, we move into a TPR knuckle protector. You'll notice lots of perforation. So this glove is meant for mild to warmer temps. You're going to get lots of airflow all the way through this gauntlet. Okay, so if you're looking for something that's going to breathe, typically when you're out at the track, it's going to be a pretty warm day. You're slung across a hot machine. perforation is nice here. Another thing that you might be noticing is the little call out, this yellow thread. That's all Kevlar. Kevlar is the toughest stuff to stitch a glove together with, and that's why Cortech has gone with the Kevlar stitching. Across the back of your hand, you get a big, gnarly TPU knuckle protector. This one feels pretty comfortable right out of the package. It's not riding on my knuckles. Oddly, there's no sort of hot spots or anything like that. As we move to the back, you'll notice more TPU. It's going to protect that end of your wrist bone there. The ulnar bone is going to be protected by this big chunk of TPU that's going to wrap all the way around the outside. As we move to the inside, you notice a big foam pad covered with that Superfabric, again, to promote that sliding, but still allow your wrist to flex a little bit on the inside. It's more flexible instead of having a big TPU pad that's a little bit more rigid, right? So they've gone with the Superfabric there. You'll notice the outside of the fingertips, they put the seam, a reverse seam on this glove, which is nice. You're not the tip of your fingers are not competing for space with that inside seam. They've done the reverse stitching there. As we roll the glove over, more Superfabric inserts on the thumb with foam padding and on the tip of your finger. We've made it to the palm. This is goat hide right here. Like I said, it's going to give you a nicer feel than wrapping the entire chassis with bovine leather. Big overlay or inlay here that's going to increase the wear time. This is where the handlebar gets intimate with your glove, and that's going to wear out first, so they've helped you out there. You also get a couple more inserts on the fingertips, and then one of the stars of the show is going to be the KNOX SPS system. So this is a hard plastic slider both on the outside carpal bones and on the inside scaphoid. Now, this is great because it's going to protect you from abrasion, but more importantly, and the whole idea behind these KNOX sliders is that they promote that sliding. If you are sticking, your joints are going to be injured. So if you just have a leather palm, it tends to stick more and you can go over the top of it. The KNOX sliders are going to promote that sliding and thus hopefully save your joints. So you got two massive sliders here. You're going to see more of that KNOX material on gloves that are meant for the track or that aggressive street riding all over that palm. As we work our way up the pinky, they've got big overlays, really beefy bovine leather that's stitched with that Kevlar, and then more Superfabric to promote sliding. Now, if I mentioned those KNOX sliders are also CE-approved impact protection there. So you got a lot of delicate bones in your hand. You're going out to the track. Buy some good gloves. If you're going to be at more than a few track days, invest in something decent like the Adrenaline GP. Protect your hands. They are important pieces of equipment for you there. You get dual Velcro, so let's show you how you get into this glove. The big TPU kind of plastic side, and then the softer, gentler side on the inside there. So you get this outer gauntlet, and then you get the inner wrist strap here. So straightforward, you get a nice pull here to get into the glove with that Cortech logo. 2-year warranty. Lot in this glove. The stuff from Alpine Stars that's kind of on this level is running at least $350 to $400, so almost twice as much. So if you're looking for that competition-ready gauntlet and you're trying to save a few bucks, check out the Cortech Adrenaline GP. We've sold a lot of them, and honestly, really low rate of return, high customer satisfaction on the Adrenaline. You still got questions? Rider Support is standing by at speedaddicts.com, where you can always talk to the human over the phone, live chat, or the email. And if you got the Adrenaline GP, drop some knowledge on us in the comment section below. That's all I got for you. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.